Good morning. Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. Physically sitting in the RHR bunker here in New York. I'm on 20 meters SSB. 20 meters SSB, 14182. Looks like a clear frequency. I have the volume turned down so I could speak. We'll turn the volume up here simultaneously here in two different locations. I'm going to do the A-B comparison. That seemed to be a pretty good hit. I'm on phone. I'm on 14182. I'm connected to the station in Maine, which is running 6 over 6 over 6. And I'm also connected to the station in New York, running 6 over 6. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm running 5 over 5 over 5 in Maine and 6 over 6 in New York. I got my chat window open here. Let me say hello to everybody. Please feel free to make comments. And we're just gonna check propagation here this morning. I want to compare two signals. I want to see how New York is comparing to Maine and how Maine is comparing to New York. In the left part of the window is Maine, and the far right of the window is New York. The left ear is in Maine. The right ear is in New York. You may actually even hear this yourself if you have headset on. And we're going to turn the volume up here and work some DX, and hopefully this frequency is still clear. I'm looking on the band scope. Looks like it may not be clear, so I might have to find a new frequency here. Okay, both volumes are turned up here. I'm going to have to go up a little bit, maybe 183. Maybe 184. 184 sounds good in the left ear. 184 sounds good in the right ear. Let's give this a try. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? If you notice when I transmit in my right ear.
No, it's ready. Go ahead.
Okay, good morning, good morning. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, QRZ Europe.
This is Lima Alpha 2, Papa India Alpha, LA 2 PIA.
Oh, good morning, Lima Alpha 2, Papa India Alpha, booming, 59, over. Peter.
Yeah, QSL Ray, you're 5 and 9 plus 15 here with me, no problem at all. The name's still Peter, and I'm currently using my home station here with the local Flex 6400 and the ACOM 1000 linear, and my horizontal delta loop for 80 meters. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, LA 2 PIA.
Okay, stand by 1 second, Peter, stand by. Just got to get this window set up right. Okay, very good, Peter. Trying to pick the right window here. Yeah, you're sounding great, Peter. 5.9 plus. Audio's perfect. I'm operating the Flex 6600. I'm in Jonesport, Maine. If you could give me an accurate report from Jonesport, Maine. And then I'm going to switch over. To New York. Stand by. Now I'm transmitting from New York. This is the New York station. And now I'm back in Maine. Peter. What do you see in difference there? Go ahead.
There's a huge difference, Ray. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, this is LA 2 PIA returning. On the station in New York, you're 5 and 8, 58 with me. And on the one in Maine, you are 5 and 9 plus 10 on the peaks. So there's a tremendous difference. I don't know how much difference you have on the receiving side of things, but I would prefer you operate Maine. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, LA 2 PIA.
Okay, very good, Peter. I'm back on the new Maine station. You're about 5'9" plus 5 in Maine, and you're about 5'8", 58 in the state of New York. Over?
Yeah, QSL. Well, there is some difference there at least. Okay, Ray, I just wanted to say hi to you.
You can see the meters in real time here, too.
My push
left meter,
on Facebook,
right meter.
On my cell phone here, and I just turned on the radio to give you a holler and give you the best there, and of course, wish you everything good for yourselves and the family. I'm currently at work, and I need to slide my chair to the other end of the table and continue my day there. But anyway, Dimitri, take care of yourselves and the family, and happy playing with the radio there. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, LA 2PIA.
Very good, Peter. Very good. Fantastic. Well, thanks for watching and listening and giving us the signal report and being the first one in the log here on Tuesday morning. We'll catch up with you later. Lima Alpha 2, Papa Indy Alpha. This is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo 73. Bye-bye.
Lima Bravo 1 Alpha Hotel.
Lima Bravo 1 Alpha Hotel 59.
Yeah, Roger. Good morning, Ray. Booming signal in the west coast of Norway. Plus 20 dB in the Bergen. Handle limit, Roger.
Okay, very good, very good. Let me do antenna test with you. Antenna number 1, antenna number 1, antenna number 2, and 2, antenna number 2, antenna number 2. And now I'm back in antenna number 1. Can you tell me the difference between the two antennas? Go ahead.
Yeah, Ray. So actually not feeling so much on that two antennas. So looks like maybe minus 5 dB antenna number 2 over it. So it'd be like on a 5.9 plus 15. And on antenna number 1, it's so going 6 to the plus 20. Roger?
Yeah, okay, very good. I'm seeing the same. You're plus 10 in Maine, which is antenna 1, and you're plus 5 in antenna number 2, which is in New York. Over?
Yeah, Roger. So I'm using Oscar Bravo Lima Yankee 145 antenna, and so pointing also to your side. And so, of course, it's so nice to see on a morning propagation how it works. But so insane signal. So over plus, sometimes speaking over plus 20, so.
Yeah, QSL. Good to see the band in good shape here this morning. You're sounding absolutely fantastic. Well, thanks for calling in. Have yourself a great day.
Yeah, thank you, Ray. Also, enjoy on a dance, and of course, start calling you a lot of stations. So, stay well, 73, and good luck. Whiskey 2 Romeo Lima Bravo 1 Alpha Hotel 73.
73. Thanks for calling in. Bye-bye. Okay, I want to share. Okay, QRX, 1 moment. QRX.
Lima, Florida.
Okay, just stand by.
2 Echo 0, India, Lima, Florida.
Okay, I'm now back. QRZ, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Okay, this is Whiskey 2 Radio Echo in the state of Maine, QRZ Europe. Charlie Juliet Victor, go ahead.
Whiskey 0, Juliet Charlie Victoria. QSL Raymond?
Okay, 2 Whiskey 0, Juliet Charlie Victor, you're 5'9" plus, over.
QSL, my friend. Well, you're 5x9 plus to me, operated John, and I'm in South Wales, GB. QSL, Raymond?
QSL, John. Very good. You're 5'9 plus. 5'9 plus. Can I compare another antenna? Go ahead.
Yes, my friend, carry on.
Okay, this is antenna 1, antenna 1, antenna 1, antenna 1, antenna 1, antenna 1. Now I'm on antenna 2, antenna number 2, antenna number 2. Now I'm back on antenna number 1. Now, what's the difference? Go ahead, John.
Yes, there's about 3 points difference between 1 and 2. Antenna number 1, obviously better and clearer audio, my friend.
Okay, very good. Okay, you're about the same signal strength. Let me try this again. Antenna number 1, antenna number 1, antenna number 1. Antenna number 2, antenna 2, antenna number 2, antenna number 2, antenna number 2. And now I'm back in antenna number 1.
On antenna 1, definitely better. Stronger signal on antenna 1, my friend.
Okay, very good, John. Thanks for the test. 73, take care. Bye-bye. Okay, George Washington 0, Japan, Washington, Canada, booming, 59 plus, over.
Roger on that, Ray. Good morning to you there, Ray. You're also moving into Wales there, Ray. 20 over, no problems at all there, Ray.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good. Good to hear you. Can I do the test with you as well? This is antenna number 1, antenna number 1, antenna number 1, antenna number 1. Okay, this is antenna number 2, antenna number 2, antenna number 2, which is in New York, New York, New York, New York. And now I'm back in antenna number 1, which is in the state of Maine. Go ahead.
Yes, okay, Maine has got a slight edge on it, Ray. Not very much difference at all. About 5 dB's difference between Maine and New York there. So Maine has the edge on it there, Ray.
Yeah, Roger. I'm seeing almost identical signal reports from you from Maine and New York. So how's everything? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not too bad there, Ray. Only just come out of lockdown in Wales there, Ray. We are free to go again, Ray, for a short while. How is the family and Laurie there, Ray?
Yeah, everything great. Laurie just went off to work, and when she goes off to work, I get to play radio. Go ahead.
Yes, okay there, Ray. I've been listening to you for the last 10 minutes there, Ray. Very strong signal indeed, like I said, constantly 15 to 20 over there, Ray. Well ordered in there, Ray. A lot of stations probably calling you there, but very nice signal into Wales there.
QSL, great to work you. Golf Whiskey 0, Japan, Washington, Canada, from Whiskey 2, Radio Echo 73.
73, good luck, Ray.
Okay, Mike 7, Sugar Papa Sugar again.
Mike 7, Sugar Papa Sugar. Very good evening, Ray. 5 and 9 is 59. I recorded, so when you tested the antenna, I show you on the Facebook how it works.
Okay, very good. Mike 7, Sugar Papa Sugar. Yeah, I look forward to that. So I'll do this test again with you. Antenna number 1, antenna number 1, antenna number 1, antenna number 1. Antenna number 2, which is in the state of New York. This is 6 over 6. 6 over 6 from New York. And now I'm back on 5 over 5 over 5 from the state of Maine. Over.
Whiskey 2 Radio Echo, Mike 7, Sierra Papa Sierra. Yeah, it's Ray on the antenna number 1. It's a 5 and 9, it's booming signal. Antenna number 2 is a 5 and 5, 5 and 4. You see in a minute on the Facebook, I basically put on the chat so you can directly have a look how basically the both antenna work for you. So anyway, thank you very much for contact again. Good luck, stay safe, mate. And 73 for you and your families as well. Whiskey 2 Radio Echo Mike 7 Sierra Papa Sierra. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Okay, thanks for calling in. 73. Take care. Bye-bye. So those of you who are just checking in, I got two windows open here. The left window is Maine. The right window is New York. I'm doing in real time testing between the two antenna systems. The station in Maine is 5 over 5 over 5 on the Atlantic Ocean. Station number 2 is 6 over 6 on a 2,200-foot mountaintop in the Catskills. So that's what I'm doing here this morning. Let me turn the volume up. Well, before I do that, let me just say hello to a bunch of people that checked in here. Hey, Dan, 2 Echo 0 Delta Whiskey Papa. We got Louise from Brazil. We got Peter that we've already worked. Good morning. Roly Boly. We got Paul. We got Andre. We got Sakis. We got Ryan, Chris Fock. Good to see you. Ham Radio Vlog. Mike 0 X-Ray. Mike X-Ray. We got Liam. And we got Edward. Whiskey 4 Papa Oscar Tango. Let's continue on here with the test. Let's continue on with the test here. QRZ, Whiskey 2 Radio Echo. Okay, Papa Delta 5, Zulu, Charlie Zulu Bravo, 5 to 9, over.
Yeah, hello, Ray. How do you doing there, buddy? You sound quiet here in the Netherlands, and antenna 1 is incredible, over.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, this is antenna number 2. This is antenna number 2. I'm transmitting from New York. And now I'm on antenna number 1, transmitting from the state of Maine. Go ahead.
Yeah, state of Maine is better than New York, Ray. Are you very clear, over?
Yeah, Roger. You're 5 and 9, 59 in Maine, and 5 and 8 in New York, over.
Roger. Okay, good luck with the experiment of the antenna. Good luck, Ray, and greetings from the Netherlands, from PD5CZB, over.
Okay, Cor, good to work you. 73, take care, bye-bye. Okay, 2 Echo 0, Italy Lima Fox, 59 plus, over. 2 Echo 0, Italy Lima Fox, 59 plus, over.
Yeah, good afternoon, Raymond. This is 2 Echo 0, India Lima Foxtrot. The name this way is Brian from the city of Liverpool. You're 59 plus 10. Back to you, Raymond.
Okay, very good, Brian. You're louder on antenna number 2. Let me do this test with you. This is antenna 1, antenna 1, antenna 1. Now I'm on antenna number 2, antenna number 2, antenna number 2, and number 2. And now I'm back in antenna number 1. Do you see any difference? Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Antenna number 1 is giving me 5.9 plus 10, and antenna number 2 is 5.9. But the audio is slightly more punchier on antenna number 1. Back to you, Raymond.
Okay, very good. Both locations are using Flex 6600s with the calibrated meters. You're actually about the same signal strength on receive here, but I understand that the audio is a little bit more punchier from Maine. Thanks for that information.
Okay, Raymond, you have a nice day, my friend. Many contacts, and we'll see you again soon. Whiskey 2 Romeo Echo 2 Echo 0 India Lima Foxtrot. Bye-bye, buddy.
Okay, thanks. 73, thanks. QRZ. Mr. Vlog, Mike 0, X-Ray, Mike X-Ray, Ham Radio Vlog, you're 5 and 9, 59, over.
Roger. Yes, very good morning to you, Ray. I'm very visually so that you can actually see the difference in your aerial from my side. On this particular aerial, you are a very solid 5.9. Strongest signal on my band rate. Hope you're all well. That's you.
Yeah, okay, very good. I think it's Mike, if I remember correctly. So, Mike, this is antenna number 1, antenna number 1, antenna number 1. And now I'm transmitting on antenna number 2, which is in another state of New York. And now I'm back on antenna number 1, which is in the state of Maine, over.
Roger. Both signals were identical in terms of strength. Your audio is a lot more pleasant, a lot more rounded on antenna number 1. So, don't know what the difference is with the setup there, Ray, but both signals are the biggest signal on my band. And I'm going to let you side, Ray, over.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, I'm checking to see what the difference between the two audios are. The radios are identical, so there must be a different setting that's on the second radio. I got the processor on in both locations, so that's a very interesting. Thanks for that information. Go ahead.
Yes, no problem, Ray. You take care of myself. Keep doing a great job. I look forward to catching you again sometime very, very soon. Best wishes to the family and stay safe. 7-3, Ray. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, 7-3, thanks. QRZ. Okay, Mike Papa Whiskey. Mike Papa Whiskey, go ahead. Okay, Mike Papa Whiskey, the Mike Papa Whiskey. What's your prefix? Go ahead. Okay, Italy Tango 9, Mike Papa Whiskey. You're 5-9, 59. QSL? They keep calling. Okay, Italy Tango 9, Mike Papa Whiskey. Station's still calling while you're transmitting. Thanks for calling in. 73. Take care. Bye-bye. 7-3. Thanks. Hello, test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. They sound like identical in my ear. Yeah, I'm not using Smart SDR. I'd rather use our software. So I'll have to get into the Maestro later and see what the difference is in settings. Okay, I'm going to go 15 meters. Okay, let's go to 15 meters. Okay, so now I'm on 15 meters. So I'm turning the New York. If you're looking at a second window, I'm turning the New York antenna towards Europe, and this test may actually be easier on CW. You know what? Let me do this test on CW. Doing this test on CW is so much easier. You know what the problem is? I have the echo in my ears, so when I'm transmitting from Maine, I'm hearing in New York, and the same thing. On CW, it doesn't really affect me much. So let me try this on CW first and see what the difference in signals are. So I'm going to go to CW in both locations. I'm on 21002. I'm seeing in New York, I'm seeing much. Let me put these both in CW. This is the beautiful thing about operating Flex Remote. I can see the whole band scope here. 21002 looks pretty good here. Let me turn the volume up. Oh, I got that sideband, that sideband again. Let me go a little higher in the frequency. Go to 21004. Go to 21004. Okay, so I'm on 21004. I got the left radio, Maine, right radio, New York. In Maine, I'm running 6 over 6 over 6. In New York, I'm running 5 over 5 over 5. I've done this test before, and my experience has always been the stations from Russia at this time of the day, I hear in Maine. I typically don't hear in New York. And the DLs, only the DLs, I don't know what it is, will be as loud in New York as they are in Maine. Typically. So let's see what this morning's propagation is going to bring. So I'm going to put this in run mode. So if I come over here, if you look at my console here, I put run CW and I put run CW. Now I'm in ESN mode. Let me put the speed. I got 30 words a minute. Let me put it up to about 35 words a minute. I'll put this one to 35 words a minute as well. The meters are calibrated. So if you look at the meter in the left window and the meter in the right window, we'll be able to compare the signals. I'm going to go QRL, see if the frequency's in use. Okay, nothing heard. So now I'm CQing from the state of Maine. Let's see how long before we get picked up. Let me put this like this. 21004, beaming Europe, 15 meters. We got no sunspot numbers. The A is 2 and the K is 0. Okay, let's see how this signal is. This Hotel Bravo 9. S6 in Maine, S3 in New York. I'm not sure if that's Fox Alpha. I'm not sure if I got the call correct. I'm not sure. It's really weak in both locations. Oscar Kilo 1. I have to get back to him. Okay, so left ear is Maine, right ear is New York. All we're doing is trying to compare signal strengths in the morning. So at 20 meters, Maine was better. Let's see what... So this Yankee Lima 2 Sugar Mike is very loud. Let's see the signal between the two. No comparison. He was S8 in Maine, S1 in New York. I mean, that's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. In New York, 5 over 5 over 5 is very strong on that mountaintop. So the Yankee Lima 2 Sugar Mike was S8 in Maine, S1 in New York. Okay, so the Delta Lima 1 was S3 in Maine, S1 in New York. Okay, let's see this Golf Zero. Okay, he wasn't loud in either station, but I give him the edge in Maine. If you notice both noise floors, there's no noise at either location, both S0. Okay, so let's see what this Delta Lima 1 looks in both locations. Got his call wrong, I think. I have Alpha Sugar Whiskey. I think it's Alpha India Whiskey. Okay. That German was much louder in Maine. So, with the A at 2 and the K at 0, and the SFI at 77, it looks like Maine is superior to New York on 15 meters. I missed his call. I heard that guy in Maine very weak in New York. So, okay, so the Sugar Papa 3, Charlie Mike X-ray. Let's see what the signal strengths are. S3 in Maine, S1 in New York. Okay, Sugar Mike 5, Golf Lima Charlie. Wow, what a difference. S6 in Maine, S1 in New York. This is the strength of Maine. The strength of Maine in the morning times here. I'll put this AG on fast. That will help. I'll CQ from New York. Let me see if I'm even be heard from New York. So now I'm CQing from New York. 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 If you notice the right side, the power level. Well, I might be blocking it with my head. Nobody's hearing me from New York, so I'm going to go back to Maine, call CQ. CQing from Maine. Well, you would think, Edward, that the mountaintop 2,200 feet above sea level will have an advantage as well. But I think being 350 air miles closer to Europe is the key. Very slow morning here on 15 meters. The band probably not in very good shape. Here you go, Radio 3 Kilo Quebec. Not even hearing them in New York. So I just worked that Russian guy, never heard him in New York. So on 20 meters, there wasn't a huge difference between the two stations. Obviously, Maine was doing probably about 1 or 2 F units better. Okay, so the Lima Zulu 1 Yankee Papa not even being heard in New York with the 5/5/5. Not even heard in New York. Not even heard in New York. The Delta Lima 1, I don't even think I'm hearing in New York. I slightly heard him in my headset. Okay, so let's see where the real big advantage is. 40 meters. Right now it's daylight in both Maine and New York, and it's also daylight in Europe. Watch this. So I'm going to disconnect from here. I'm going to connect to Jonesport. I just got to add this power level in. Stand by. I'm going to connect to Jonesport. $40 meters. Going to connect to New York, 40 meters. I'm going to go to 7002 CW. 7002 in New York. Make sure I got everything the same. I'm going to put this AGC on fast. I'm going to see if the frequency is in use. Okay, let's see if anybody in Europe hears me on 40 meters. Okay, so here we go. As you notice, I can hear myself in the right ear. It may take a while because nobody's going to know that the band is open. 40 meters is open around the clock from Maine. So if anybody's watching a video that's on 7002, okay, the Sugar Mike 5, Golf Lima Charlie, I'm not even hearing in New York. Actually, that's not true. He was audible in New York. So I assume Sugar Mike 5, Golf Lima Charlie is watching the video. So we just worked a guy in Sweden. He was S559 in Maine and about 539 in New York. So let's see if we can do this. I'm on 40 meters. It's 7:37 in the morning. The sun is up in Maine. The sun is up in Europe. And I'm just trying to see if we could work some Europeans on 40 meters. 7002, we just put Sugar Mike 5, Golf Lima Charlie in the log. Obviously, Europe is not going to be looking on 40 meters this time of the day. Maybe if I get spotted or something, maybe I'll get a little activity here. But this is a difficult time of the day to try 40 meters because we're both in sunlight. But we did get the Sugar Mike 5 in the log there. So 40 meters is open at this time of the morning. Okay, Sugar Papa 3, Charlie Mike X-Ray. I got actually... Okay, he was much louder in Maine. So in Maine, I'm running 4 elements at 115 feet. In New York, I'm running 3 elements at 120 feet. Yeah, I have 2 screens up. The left screen is Maine, and the right screen is New York. I'm trying to compare the two stations on 40 meters at 7:39 a.m. I just worked Sugar Papa 3, Charlie Mike X-Ray. He's in the middle of daylight in Poland. Okay. I just showed you the comparative 40 meter. Not much activity. So let's go back to 20. I find CW a lot easier to do this comparison. So I'm going to go to 14002 over here. I'm going to go to 14002 over here. I'm going to find out the frequencies in use. $14,002 looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is, the left window is Maine, the right window is New York, and all I want you to do is just look at the S meters. I'm going to transmit from Maine, and we're going to just see when the incoming signals come, what's the differences between the two locations. 15 meters, it was stark. At this time of the day, New York is not hearing 3/4 of the stuff that I was working in Maine. 20 meters, I think it's going to be very close. So let's see. So I'm in run mode here. 14002, I'm beaming Europe, both locations. 5/5/5 in Maine, 6/6 in New York on a mountaintop. 14002. Just testing propagation between two locations in zone number 5. Okay, we just worked him on 40 meters. Let's see what the signals are. S8 in Maine, S7 in New York. Sugar Mike 5, Golf Lima Charlie, thanks for the QSOs on 3 bands this morning. I think we worked on 15. Did we work on 15? Yes, we did. Sugar Mike 5, Golf Lima Charlie's the winner. 3 bands this morning. I think that's Charlie Mike X-Ray. Okay, Sugar Papa 3, Charlie Mike X-Ray. Thanks for another band. Okay, so Sugar Papa 3, Charlie Mike X-Ray was S9 plus in Maine, S8 in New York. The Golf 3 Mike X-Ray hotel was very close between both locations. Thanks, Lassie. Thanks. Good to get you on 3 bands this morning. This is a very interesting test because I'll tell you why. Radio Mike 7 Fox. Let's see what the signal is between the two. 2 units better in Maine. Okay, Radio Lima 3 Alpha Victor. Let's see what the two difference is. Okay, in Maine, he was S6 to S7 solid. S6 in New York with QSB. Okay, let's see what this Russian sounds like. Okay. One S unit better in Maine. But New York's not far. Okay, so Fox 5, Papa Lima Charlie, about, I don't know, 2 or 3 S units better in Maine. Okay, well over S9 in Maine, S7 in New York. I'm not sure if I got the call correct. Radio November 3, Queen Victor November? Okay, S5 in Maine, S3 in New York. Very close between Maine and New York with that Russian. I'm not sure on that call. Oh, 4 United. Not sure if I got that call right. It was either 4 United or Victor United. So the United Tango 3 Quebec Zulu is 1 S unit better in Maine. Okay. So I've been on for about 45 minutes. So this was a good test. So we started off on 20 sideband. Maine had the advantage by about 2 S units on 20 meter sideband. Then we went to 15 meters, and I was hearing stuff in Maine on 15 meters that I wasn't hearing in New York. In New York, it's 5 over 5 over 5 on a mountaintop. Wasn't hearing, I would say, a good portion of the stations. Then we went to 40 meters, where it was daylight in Europe and daylight here. And Maine was hearing stuff that New York wasn't hearing. 20 meters, it's pretty close, but it's still a good 2 S units difference. And the reason I do this test is there's a few people that have been asking me, should I build a station in W2 or W3 land for my remote location, or should I go to W1 land? And I tell them, listen, W1 land is going to give you great propagation to Europe, but if Europe is not your only location that you're concerned about, then absolutely do it in W2 or W3 land. Because, you know, in W2 and W3 land, there might be other propagation advantages like Japan and South America. But for pure DXing to Europe and pure contesting to Europe, you want to be in Maine. You want that 300-400 miles closer to Europe. And the closer you get to the ocean, the better, in my personal opinion. The Mountaintop QTH is great in New York. I've won many contests from there, so that there's no disadvantage with the station in New York. But the propagation advantage is stark, as you've seen on 15 meters this morning. As always, thanks for watching the video. I'll do more of these in the future. We may be QRV from 9 Alpha. We might be on 9 Alpha here shortly. And I'm working on getting my 9 Alpha call. I'm going to have my own 9 Alpha call here soon. And anybody else could have their own 9 Alpha call as well. Very simple to do. Thanks for checking in. This is Ray, W2RE in the